The Sri Lanka Army and wildlife officers engaged in a joint operation today to remove the carcasses of 7 elephants who drowned after being trapped in a swamp along the Periyadu River in the Somavathia Reserve in Polonnaruwa. The prompt action taken by the Army immediately after reporting of the tragic incident is truly worthy of the praise of the people in Sri Lanka. However, it is saddening that the state still does not have a proper national program in place to protect the treasured Sri Lankan elephant.
Over a period spanning several days, 7 elephants have been trapped in the swamp overgrown with aquatic plants. When the incident came to light, the subject minister visited the area and made inquiries. These elephants are the pride of our country. If we have identified this area as an elephant crossing, then we must place a guard here. We need to bring a machine in and remove this. These people only make an effort after something happens, and it is only at that time. Afterwards, they forget about it completely. Everyone is accountable for this, the people who have ruled this country so far and all the former officials of the Wildlife Ministry. There is no understanding whatsoever. There was no project in our country to protect the elephants. This has been a national problem from the past to the present. If there is anyone who thinks this can be done within 10 to 15 months, there is something wrong with their heads. It cannot be done. Area residents claim the overgrowth of aquatic plants, including the invasive water hyacinth, caused the entrapment of the animals. The army also took steps today to clear the invasive plants. Following an event held today, Minister of Irrigation and Water Management Duminda Dissanayake spoke on various projects that have been undertaken to clean up the environment by destroying invasive aquatic plants such as these. Majority of the tanks in the country have hyacinth and other aquatic plants in them. The main reason for this, in my opinion, is the drought. Our areas were affected by the drought. That is why the wild elephants enter into the villages looking for water. This is an accident, but even humans can face this situation. How much funds are allocated for the protection of wildlife, irrigation systems and the management of tanks and anicuts through the budget? How many subject ministers, state ministers and deputy ministers are appointed for this purpose? Even though public funds are spent to maintain the large number of officials, at the end of the day, it has come to a situation where humans as well as animals have to pay with their lives. If it wasn't for the army, the officials from the wildlife department would come here, inspect and leave. The carcasses would rot here. The people cannot even bathe. Take a look at the money that they can earn through these animals. They earn through safaris. That money should be spent for these issues. The residents of Agbopura North in Kantale have been protesting over the wild elephant issue over a long period of time. Minister of Wildlife and Sustainable Development Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca has promised these people 2 months ago that a 20-kilometer long elephant fence will be repaired and a new one will be constructed. I promise to construct the elephant fence in this village and the next. Area residents charge that the minister has failed to fulfill any of the promises that were made by him. Can the Ministry of Wildlife or the ministers provide solutions to these issues? Minister Sarath Fonseca had provided a document to the cabinet with several recommendations on the wild elephant issue. One of those recommendations were to construct an electric fence around 7,000 kilometers in distance, covering 16 out of the 19 districts that are affected as a result of the wild elephant problem. The project is to be carried out under 2 phases and the estimated cost for the project is 5 billion rupees. However, environmentalists point out that these solutions are not practical. He has suggested to construct a park to put all the wild elephants in one place and surround it with a fence. Even though he is the Minister of Wildlife, he does not have the faintest of ideas as to how an elephant behaves. There are around 6,000 elephants in the country as per the data obtained in 2011. The elephant deaths stand at around 250 on average as a result of human activities. The amount varies between 250 and 300. That is equal to the death of 60 to 7 humans annually. That is a grave threat. When the Hambantota port was leased out on a long-term basis to the Chinese company, they handed over 15,000 acres of land. These lands are areas where elephants roam. They plan on providing 62,500 acres for the cultivation of sugarcane in Bibila. The same is being done to an area of 68,250 acres in Kubinmi Malay. What is happening now is Minister Sarath Fonseca does not have any scientific mechanisms to control this issue. They are enacting development projects, and when there is public opposition, they use these strategies to stop this. That is why the elephants enter the village.